laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. All night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing pots together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Action pets gaming. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. All night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Oh, hey, there we go. That was supposed to keep going, but it didn't. The music died today. Good morning and greetings. You know who this is. It's me, Kevin C. here yet again at Action Pants Gaming on this Easter Sunday. So we're looking at 4/20/25. And I got about 1 minute after the 10 a.m. hour, at least from where I'm sitting. I know some of you are still sitting out there in the past and some are somehow in the future, but whatever present you happen to be in, well, I do hope it's going good. Let me turn this down. There we go. Sorry about that. Bumbly start today. That's all right. Just wouldn't be me if it weren't a bumbly start. And who do we have in chat on this Sunday morning? We got none of your business. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Happy Easter. I have a feeling you dove in and dove out pretty quick. Probably got some stuff going on. I'm expecting that a lot today. We got Sergeant Belson. Good morning, Sergeant. Happy Nip Nip Day to you as well. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, the mad, the Scottish, the Geck, the moderator of moderators. We got the Mad Scottish Geck, or MSG. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for being here. We got some work ahead of us today. We do need to get into the purple systems on my city save. So looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of work today. I don't really want to because I've already done it before, but well, we sort of have to, right? So we can do a little bit of work, and then we will we'll do a little building, a little work, a little building, something like that. We'll do something. We'll get there, you know. It's No Man's Sky. It's Sunday. It's Easter. Happy Easter to all of you out there who celebrate. And if you've already celebrated, or if you're not yet to celebrate because you're in the future, all right, we're going to give the city a minute to render in, if you will. But I am so pleased that we are able to render. We do have this one issue, which I don't know how I'm going to rectify yet. I'm probably going to mess around with that today. Later. What the heck? I deleted that. Delete. Where's the flag? Did the flag delete? No. Alright. Hold on. And I saved. Odd. We're going to save and see what happens. And I'm going to reload as well. The city looks so good at night. I'm so pleased with the cross-save stuff, man. Granted, we do have one issue, which is not good. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a big... But it worked in the... Never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm a big idiot. I'm a big, giant idiot. But we all know that. I can't believe I didn't remember to do this. What a moron. What a moron. I'm a moron. So yesterday I thought we couldn't do the cash pin glitch because it was a cross save. But I forgot to check my inventory. So now I'm willing to bet. Good morning, Joy Rock. Thank you for joining. Alright, and didn't we do some... Yeah, okay, that's still there. But, aha! Look at this. We changed all that to wooden. So that kind of... It'd be cool if once you selected a new material, you could just go through like a color change and you know, you didn't keep having to do what I'm doing here with the menu. Star Wizard, welcome. Hello? Select, thank you. Trace Louise, why were you not doing that? That. All right. And then we will save again. This is really weird. And then we'll try the cash bin again. Crusty boot. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I totally forgot to check my inventory. I'm like, oh, I guess we can't do the cash bin. I'm like, that didn't seem right to me either at the same time, because I'm like, all right, we need a railing color over here of some sort of lighting to highlight this area. Yeah, I'm liking the pipes more and more. I think we're going to put some sort of mechanical thing here. I don't know. Just because I also want to, you know, I got to fill these areas. I got a lot of dead space that we got to deal with. All right, now. Issues. All the time, issues. Usually with building, which is the funny thing. Alright, we're gonna have to load and save and reload again. Alright, let's try that. Damn it. So we changed this. Didn't we change this? Could have swore we changed this. Maybe not, okay. Well, we have now, so that's good. Save. Alright, now we need to do... Let's do some story stuff. No limits to stars. What do we gotta do now? I forget. The Atlas path, right? What do I need to do? Where am I? I gotta finish the story so I can start getting into the purple system. So I gotta... Hey, Katrine, welcome. Oh, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Alright, so... What do I need to do? Locate the next Atlas station. We're on the Atlas path. Alone amidst the stars. Alone amidst the stars, right? Alright, can somebody help remind me on this early Sunday morning? I feel like I'm trying to remember what I need to do at this point to move forward so I can start figuring out how to get to the purple systems. Wait a minute. Doesn't that ship come with the drive? But I have to open the purple systems, right? Is that the deal? I don't remember. Yeah, I have a few regrets here. This is one of them. I'm gonna probably have to go under the terrain as well at some point. So what do I need to do to start getting to go to the purple system? Have to get a staff again by finding the auto phase to get the mission again? Alright, hold on. Because I really want, and I've tried with bringing in another character with a wonder, and it doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it's, you know, it's hard to build. You kind of need the part. Otherwise, you have to rely on that other character if you want to move things or do anything. And we'll try this as an experiment. I'm not going to do the entirety right now. I just want to try to put some back and see how it reacts. Taste of metal line. I know, but am I far enough in the story? Alright, hold on. I'll bring up that menu in a second. I mean, we just did it, but I can't remember, like how to trigger it, you know? It's new and whatnot. I don't know why this is so, like, cathartic. Alright. let's stop doing that. We'll do a save. I think a hard save is going to be more necessary with a cross save. They need to fix this. I'm gonna do a Zendesk for that. Oop. Yeah, you gotta put something here. There's just so much to deal with sometimes. The downside is I can't upload, you know. And that's the whole problem with, like, why... Well, there's a number of reasons why I'm having problems here. But one of them is I can't upload. Alright, we've saved. Alright, let's look at our... Oh. Wait a minute. Before I do any of that, I want to check this. My foolishness yesterday. I was not thinking. I want to report this base. I hate it. Well, you don't have to. Aha! Oh, yay. Well, you can. You just... You know the rules. Okay. We're good. Idiota forgot to check his inventory. Shoot. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some finagling, maybe. What happens if I do this? Not what I want, I know. Yeah. Then I'd have to open that up from the other way. But, alright. So I need to figure out where the middle bit is, which means I need to move a cube. We got 1, 2. I need to get this cube. Alright, so if I... what can we do? How can we do this? I think we can do it this way. But still, it's going to be a solo one. May not work here. Because it's not a singular part, it's one that works off other part. You know, it needs another connection to become a catwalk. drives me nuts. Like, part picked up, really? No. Yeah, but see, that's the problem. It's not the middle, it's just the middle of the cube, which is also kind of an issue. Alright. It is definitely better than it's been, that's for sure. It is. I did a couple, had a graphics card update, and oh, I could have just noticed that. That's not going to work. It's kind of, sort of, but not really. No. Damn it. How would I do this? I'd have to put one in for another one. Alright, this isn't the place for it. I'd have to tear this whole thing apart to make it work, so I'm not going to bother. Alright, let's do a reload. A restore point. Mythic variable. Thank you for stopping in, by the way. Let's see if things actually saved. Or am I gonna have to constantly redo things? Alright, that's good. Let's take a look at the terrain. Okay, at least that loaded in proper this time. Alright, so back to our so I have the space anomaly, alone amidst the stars, and the dust of creation, the Atlas Path. So trying to think, I can't purchase any blueprint stuff. And I guess maybe I need to earn a certain amount of nanites by exchanging. Thank you, Joyroth. And you can cash pin glitch. The moron here forgot to check his inventory. So I don't know in the story where I am because I haven't done it in so damn long. So I'm trying to figure out what one I need to do. Place first beacon. We got to do this, I think. Alone. Yeah, we have to do this. I think. If anyone knows, please let me know so I can start trying to get to the purple systems. Right, but how do we get to the trace of metal mission? That's my asking. Like, how do we get to that mission? I don't even have... Yeah, am I done with... Yeah, but I think I did that. I want to say I've done that already. I could be wrong. I haven't done the story mission on this save, and I can't remember when. I mean, it's the city save. All I do is build in the city. Hey, Star Wizard. Like, I'm trying to get the story rolling through my head because I haven't done it in so long. All right, hold on. We're going to call up our freighter, too. Even though I had to delete it. Because it got all messed up. All right, let's see here.
Yeah,
Make sure I got you going in chat.
sure.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. I got something weird with my chat though. It's picking up something funky. We got who we got? Star Wizard in chat right now. How you doing?
Yes. So, if I remember correctly, I gotta turn off that first. So, if anybody in chat can correct me, that's fine. But if I remember correctly, if you do the Artemis storyline,
Yeah.
where you go and have to put him in the anomaly, yada yada yada. I believe as you're doing that line, somewhere along the path, it should trigger a distress signal for a settlement. You want to get the settlement.
I thought you didn't
that's
need to
where-
do the settlement.
Yes, you have to do the settlement to get the taste of metal.
Oh,
trace of
okay.
metal.
Trace of metal. Okay. So, all right, hold on. So, I currently have the Space Anomaly, Alone Amidst the Stars, and the Atlas Path.
Alone Amidst the Stars. That would be the Artemis line,
Yes,
if I remember correctly.
it is. Artemis the Explorer.
Right.
Is that the one I want to start with?
I think you can start with either one. I think you can either start with the Atlas Path or the Artemis line, either one. But as you're doing it, somewhere along the way, you should get a distress call.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll do locate the next Atlas station. And thank you for the help.
No worries, man. Anytime. And also, it should trigger which is that one? The one with the pirate where you can get the shroud. Oh, what is that one called? Anybody in chat can help me out here? What is that one called? Where
I
you
know
get
there's
the
so many things.
shroud?
It's like I can't remember
Freedom,
it all.
freedom, something, Shroud of Freedom.
Shroud of Freedom.
So you might get two quest lines: Shroud of Freedom and the one for the Distress Beacon.
Okay. Like if you dip out of the story, you know, like I did with this particular save, you're just there's so much
right.
that's been added, you know, and you're like, well, if I want to do that thing to get that thing to get there, you know, what do I got to do now? I gotta have like some sort of instruction. They don't have, you know, somebody should be writing an instruction book for this, you know.
Yeah, and it's like to get the glyphs, you can either. There's two ways to do it. You either find graves, or find the lost travelers on space station.
Yeah, but I'm in a creative save. I have the glyphs.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I'm wondering, like with creative, it's a little bit different because I can't go and like
Right.
and buy the, with nanites, or I mean, with not nanites, buried tech. I can't buy the base parts, so because they're
might
already all
wanna-
unlocked.
What all do you have set in creative? This is gonna probably matter because you don't want to do anything out of the storyline, like when it says you need to do this to create this. You don't want to do that in creative, and that's where I messed up in one, because when I was trying to get to the purple star system, it totally effed me over.
All right,
Because
I
I
just
had
got
a thing-
dark matter to
Yeah.
learn dark matter. Yeah, but you must be able to do it in creative, though.
But yeah, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit because in creative, you're able to create those items you need to get to the purple star
All right, so
system.
what would I need to do here? Let's change what we need. Damage level,
You
technology,
just need to
deaths.
just follow the storyline on it.
Crafting.
I mean, leave it in creative.
No, because I could. Could I just change crafting to standard? No, that would
Yes.
drive me nuts. I could switch
But
it
that's-
back.
Yeah. That way you won't mess up, because it's gonna ask. Do me a favor, leave it in creative. Go
Yeah,
to your
because I
exosuit.
want to. You should be able to do it in creative. Do you know what I mean? You should be able
Yeah,
to
you
still go through without having to change any of your settings.
You can. Do me a favor first.
Yep.
Go into your exosuit.
Yeah. Well, I'm in my exosuit. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta catch the stream up here because for some odd reason it's not caught up to you. All right, click on a spot that you can craft something.
Okay. I can craft all of the thingamajiggies.
All right, hold on. Do not craft. Scroll down.
I think I can anyway. I should be able to, rather. Although I haven't, I don't see them all.
Oh, okay. You cannot craft that one yet until you get to the settlement. Because there's a purple, like a purple ball with little glowy bits on it that you gotta craft, but that's
Okay.
not in there, which is good.
All right.
So yeah, just follow the storyline and craft as it pops up. Don't jump ahead on that.
All
Even
right.
though
So
we
I
showed-
should
yep.
craft that dark matter then. That I
Yeah,
just
you can
learned.
go ahead and craft all those. That's not really gonna matter on the Atlas path
Okay.
if you want to jump that one. That's going to get you your star seed. But to get the remembrance, you got to do the Artemis storyline. If I'm correct, am I correct, chat? Yes, I'm trying to get him to the auto page, and that's triggered by just pulsing or
That's
going to
right,
another
yeah, that's right.
system or whatever, and that should trigger.
Yeah, no, Gamma,
I don't
you're
know.
right. I remember that. Sorry, bro. Sometime if you have to fight and you have to turn off your fighting in space or land,
Yeah,
and will stop you from doing some of the missions.
right.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It gets a little bit, you're like, wait a minute, all right.
It's like space battles. If you don't want a freighter or get a freighter, turn off your space combat, and that will stop that part. From the Sentinels attacking or saying you got this on board, yada yada yada.
Right.
You got contraband, stuff like that. I better text Krusty real quick, because she thinks I've abandoned her.
All right, well, because I really don't want to turn this into a normal save, but I could
Right.
temporarily.
Well, yeah, temporarily, and you can always go back, or you can just put it in not just creative, but custom. Just turn off certain ones or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm just trying to like remember where I am currently, like how far in I am, you know, or if I haven't even
Doesn't look
barely
like
begun.
you're that far in, really.
That's what I thought. If I remember correctly,
You-
I just kind of started building on the save, and
Yeah.
the city grew. And then that was it. I didn't really get anywhere.
Right. So from what I can see, you haven't triggered the Shroud of Freedom. You haven't triggered the autophage for the settlement one. And when you do the settlement one, are you able to get to the space anomaly yet on this?
The Nexus? Yeah.
Okay. That's a plus. Because when you do the you got to go back to him a couple of times because you got to create Latipus, Layps. So, which is that little robot that you can have him follow you around,
Yeah.
and you got to do certain things in that to get him freed. Because you got to build a one of the exocrafts, the Minotaur.
Alright, so I got a long way to go,
Yeah.
which is kind of a bummer. I might have to think about putting mods on. I'd rather not, but
Yeah.
at least to get the parts. I could. What do I need to do? Just oh no, save editor for that. I don't necessarily need the mod.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to mod, and if I could put like mods in the city, and be able to look at them, you know, that would be great. But other people, unfortunately, wouldn't get to. That's the big takeaway from that one. You got to make the big robot in the Nexus. That's right. Yeah. The autophage thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? We don't really have
So
I'm like, that's a lot of work. I'm basically starting.
It is. But once you get started, I think the autophage. Well, doing the autophage, once you get your settlement, it took. You gotta wait till your settlement gets attacked, so you're gonna have to turn on.
Oh, that's when you have to turn on your fighting.
your own foot combat.
Yeah.
You have to have that one on to do that. I know, Krusty, I left you. I am sorry. I was helping Kev out.
Well, thank you so much, and
Oh, anytime, man. 'Cause
go
I
where
might
you
hit
must
you up for
go.
a favor here in a short.
No worries.
But yeah, as long as you do either the Artemis quest, as long as you're poking around, you should get that distress beacon. You'll also get another one for the Dreamers of the Deep. So there's Dreamers of the Deep, Shroud of Freedom, Taste of Metal. Then you got the computer thing you gotta do. That's one of them. And on the Artemis quest line, you have to build a base, hire these people, yada yada yada. Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of work, but if you just buckle down and do it, you can get it done in about, I say each one maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
Except for the base computer one where you it gives you blueprints to build certain things, and you got to build that.
Yeah,
And
but that's
where you
nothing.
gotta. Yeah, that's where you got to run all over the place. Well, you got to go to this system to get to this and this. And generally, what I do, I delete that base computer where I just previously was, and when I get to the next system where it says, you know, I have to go,
Yeah.
I do that. Then I put down another base computer, see what it says to do, pick it up, go to that, yada yada yada. Forgive
All
me,
right.
Krusty, please.
Well, thank you so much. We know we got some work ahead of us. We're not going to get into it now. I'd rather go tinker around and build. Um,
Yeah, but as long, yeah, like I said, if you're pulsing around, if you trigger that settlement one, I'd do it right away.
yeah.
I mean, I'd if you're into settlements, that you know. Okay, Krusty says, nah, you will just come back to the settlement and fighting will be over and creative and pick up the barrels. Oh, she could be right on that. So you might be able to leave it on creative.
All right. Well, either way, we basically were at the beginning.
Right.
I have done nothing.
And then that's where you get that little message. There's a message waiting for you at your, what is that called? The terminal for the settlement. And it'll say, yeah, you need to meet me at the space anomaly, and that's where you meet, you can't even pronounce his name. Where you build that autophage robot.
Yep.
So, Tethys, something like that.
However you want to pronounce it.
Exactly. Thank you. You get the point though.
Yes.
Hopefully not a sharp one, but.
All right, let's get
all
back
right.
to it.
I'm gonna get back with Krusty and.
All right.
Because I was helping her out. I'm just all over the place today. I've helped Katrina out, and you're welcome, Kat, anytime.
You got some
Helping
building
Krusty
stuff.
out. And if you need any help on anything, Kat, feel free to drop a line or whatever.
Right on. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, thanks, Krusty. So, if you want to meet me in my chat, Krusty, that'll be fine. We can switch over to my Discord. Alright, have fun. I will still be watching your stream. If you have any more issues or questions, I'll try to answer them the best I can.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You as well.
Love watching you. Love watching your builds anyway.
Oh, thank you. When I actually come up with an idea, sometimes it takes a few minutes. Wouldn't it be nice if you could use custom parts when you saved it, bake them into the game for others to see? Yes, Will. That would be awesome. Yeah, Gamma, that's what I'm going to have to do. Exactly. All right. It's a little bright to kind of work with lighting, so let's try to figure out some other bits and pieces. See, all right, that's kind of an issue because there's parts here from that build that has sporadically decided to re-render even though I deleted the base computer. One bad meep, what is going on? Welcome. All right, let's get back over to this area. That's what I'm actually really working on. So I don't want those, I don't want the hole coming out, but I suppose I could. To keep this flat. I don't want to though. The one downside with having those is, I mean, the wires are cool and everything, but if you don't keep it flat, then it, obvious, you know, the obvious stuff we're looking at right now, because I can't think this morning for some reason. Yeah, that was dumb of me, but hey, let's see what we get. Double tap. What's going on? And if I've missed anybody, I'm sorry and welcome. Maybe a little more difficult than I thought, but if we have a big giant collision bubble somewhere, but can we get past it? We can. Nice. Excrement. Defecate the excrement. We have some room. No, Gamma, you cannot. I have tried, as far as I know anyway. I mean, I might be wrong, but as far as I know, you cannot. Damn it. Stop that. What needs to move? You? Mine. Yeah, see, that's the downside when you have to drop out. Can I just... And I can't. You fool! Banzai, you fool! Banzai, you fool! Banzai. Come on. Manual placement. Ah. Good enough. Come on. Thank you. Damn it. Okay, I can live with that. And all right, let's do something different there. I mean, I could move this. That would probably help. Let's do that. It would probably help if I started with a clean slate as well. And you know what? Can leave the pipes there. Trying to think if I should start moving crap around and just make it work with what I have. You know what? Make it work with what I have. Right? That sounds like a good plan. Because you can't always, you know, get what you want. You can try sometime, but you might find get what you need. Oh yeah. That's interesting. You know, you think you got enough parts, but you realize just not enough. Well, unfortunately, I can't do anything, with the bones. Can't rotate. Can't what? See what this looks like. Part of a ship. A hauler. It's got grass. Damn it. Which one do I have? Oh, that's right. Do a little old and new. A little mix. keep track of parts. But there's still not enough, damn it. Be willing to lose even more track. Oh yeah, because I got that there, that's right. Actually. Interesting enough. Alright, now we start to throw in this. See, now, as much as I love these pieces, I do not like the fact that we are sort of forced into a color choice with it, you know? Okay. I think I know what I need to do from that, but let's see. Do I have anything upside down anywhere? Yeah, right over here. That's too far. Like, I don't want to walk that far. Damn it. Alright, I'll make it work. Damn. Or I will. Now we need to. Damn it. It's a problem. I can't see the angle that that's actually at. There we go, that's how I do it, okay. Get it there. And try and straighten it out somehow. excitement she wrote. Yeah, see, we gotta, I might need to redo that too. That looks a little off. Try that, see what that looks like. It's actually not bad. That breaks up that line too. Yeah, that'll work. Still crooked though, isn't it? Yes, it is. Son of biscuit. Yes, that's better. There we go. All right. Yes, trial and error. It does sometimes have to happen. We should probably build a save over here, huh? That might make sense. Okay, now don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. Other way. No, that actually works. I mean, not that color, but... Or, I guess that's the color. So, no. Oh, but it's gonna get all shaky McGee on me, isn't it? No, that's not too bad. Wait, let's do this. I bet you we can add this in here. That actually might work here. And maybe if I get out of the way. Let me think about this for half a second. Oh, that did delete that, okay. We can put that back easy enough. I like the idea of having that pump in there, but did they take the light off of that? It looks weird now. The coloration on that is bizarre. It's not as industrial looking. They added color. Alright, we may need to walk away in a minute and go look at something else or work on something else. But so far, we've got something kind of interesting going on here. I got to cover this up a little bit better. But that shouldn't be too hard to do. Put that in for now. I don't really like it, but for now I will use that. Alright, we still got a couple of other things that need to be kind of blended in there, and then we got to connect this to there somewhere so it's not just floating. Alright, let's do a save. I'm gonna think about how I want to do that yet. It's just something simple like that works. I'm gonna bring that up a little bit though, I think, because we're missing some of that light. Hey, slow down there. Come on. Nope. I can't see anything, so I have to use, reference. Maybe I can see it from here and it'll still work. Yeah, there we go. All right. I didn't think I would be able to see or move it, you know what I mean? I can live with that. That way it's not just, that the part from the, I don't even know the name of the parts anymore. It's just like that thing. It's the cyclonic lathe. I knew it was some sort of lathe. I couldn't remember the beginning part. And we can change colors, as we go if you want. Just in this particular instance, what's a nice touch? I don't know what you mean. What are you saying? Trying to find that middle ground. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I could go. I may need to move this. I'm not digging that anyway, I think. Alright, I got no choice there if I use that block. Which I kind of like the angle here. That one's a little better. So I don't want it to stick to the block. Don't like that we can't make our, you know, we don't have that the old way we used to do stuff where, you know, there was a straight pipe and a curved pipe, which unfortunately has since gone away. Alright, you know what I need to do? I need to move the... But if I do that, I bet you something else is going to disappear. Yep. That's what I thought. Yeah, Joy Roth. Well, we kind of do in, if you want to cash pin it, but it doesn't snap. Actually, I don't know if it does. I haven't checked that in a bit. Where did I leave off with that? Ah, shite. Say before that. It's not a big deal. This is all experimentation anyway. Add a part, look at it. Yeah, no, maybe. There we go. That's better. Still got that in there, yep. Alright, let's get rid of that because we know that's going to tear out if I move that. Let's get rid of that because that's not working at the moment. These things didn't shake, rattle, and roll. It was a battery. Yeah, well, we're not using that here. So. Oh, because it has a thingamajiggy on it. Yeah, I don't like how they had to add the battery, you know, indicator there or whatever. Kind of a bummer. But they had to add the indicators everywhere. Yeah, we'll leave you there. See what happens. Maybe I'll add to it. But these, there's like the electrical symbol all over them, and if you want to use it as deco, you're SOL. That doesn't do any good though. Doesn't bring out any light, unfortunately. That screen always gets a little weird. I might have to redo that because I could put that there, but then that covers the one of those rotating bits. I just don't like how this is curving it, but if I add that, then I can technically replace that. I could come around. Yeah, because now that's... Or we just take out that block, but I sort of don't want to. Although now it doesn't matter. Except for the fact that, you know, we're trying to make it look like something different. You don't know what this is necessarily. Yeah, I missed the I'm going to reiterate that. I missed the separate curved and rounded. I mean, curved and straight pipe, rather, excuse me. All right, now we need some light over here, or something that casts light. which oddly enough isn't a whole lot. You should be able to cash pin on, you can cash pin on PS5, yeah. So, let's do a little test here real quick. Building parts, I think it's in Deco. Could be wrong. Apparently I am wrong. Where is it at? Core construction, basic module, buildable deck. In Deco. Where's the pipe? Is it Pete? Gunboat, what's going on? Alright, where's the pipes? There it is. Oh, it's not. They changed it again. No, you know what? I think. Wait a minute. Where is that? It's in decoration. Did they remove the curved wall? I think they did. Ooh, I wonder if they did. Oh. So this is weird. Because, again, we're in a cross-save situation here, so I don't know what I'm working off of. Because my PlayStation character would have that, and I think it's in yeah, they were normally under Deco. The curved wall, it's an old part that doesn't exist anymore. It was in the game for a hot minute, and then they took it out. So, this is hard to say what it's picking up on, because I should have that with my I think my PlayStation character, or is it my PC character? It's hard to use. It's hard to remember these days. So, in one of my, and we could do a save and a try in one of my other saves. It might be on my PlayStation save. I don't remember. But there's the curved wall, the different wall. Sins Arcade, welcome. There were some like legacy parts that you cannot get anymore, and I built the whole thing with it, with that curved wall. Those don't even fit the art style at all anymore either. Actually, some of them fit more than the ones they left to the new art style. All right, we're almost 2 hours in. I need to take a little breather. My coffee's gross temperature, and I need to do a little bio break. So we're going to take a little breather. We will be back in a few minutes. If you need to get going, well, thank you for stopping in and keeping us company for a while. If you're still sticking around, get up, peel the peepers away from the screen for a little bit. Grab yourself a snacky treat or a tasty beverage, do a bio break, whatever. But we will be back in a few and hope to see you back. Be right back.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze, feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow.
All right, we're back. That didn't take long. Alrighty. And it's daytime. That actually lets me see if I like it. Why will you not go? Oh, because of the block. Why aren't you sticking to the other side of the block? And now we have the one underneath, so we have to delete that. Blurb. I guess we can keep it. Although now I'm kind of wanting to reimagine it, but it's okay. I don't like that though. Although I guess for all intent and purpose it works. I'd rather the bezel be out on here though, you know. Whatever. It is what it is at this point. Sorry about that. Yeah. Well, right around an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. I like to take a little break when possible. It's, gotta get up from sitting, that sort of thing. Interesting. How is that tied in? Weird. Weird, man. Weird. I don't know how I... No. Thank you. Let me know if you're still getting music. I have something going on with my... I'm going to leave that there for now. I really should be working in the power center. Even now, I feel we need like an entrance into it, you know what I mean? And that should probably get moved over. But then the floor should be higher. Just wanted to make sure that didn't mess with anything there. Alright, we'll fill that gap in with something, I just don't know what yet. And now this kind of works, I guess. Now you can get up in it. I am sound author. Hey-o. I kind of liked the dip in, but I don't know. What do you think? The dip or like, or is this better? So you can get in here and look around and stuff. That'd have to be moved out. Or, yeah, no. What do you think? Dip? No dip. What's the consensus on that? Dip, no dip. Oh, you don't want to turn. Interesting. Why do you not turn? Okay. Oh, no, I don't want that either. Shoot. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, wait, I can do this. Oh, that's too far. Uh-huh. Damn it. Yeah, alright. I am inclined to agree with you. Come on. Come on. Where were you? Darn it. Oh, wait a minute. Do that instead. Can we do that? Let's remove that. Bring that up a tad. Quit fighting me. Oh, what am I doing? Being a moron, partially. How big is that? That's not quite big enough either. That'll work. Yep, I'll take that. There we go. A little motion. Works with what we got going on. Blue healer. Sunday, 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 Sunday. Action Pinch Gaming. You'll pay for the whole stream, but you'll only need the edge. Yep, I can live with that. Should probably do a save, huh? And even this little ring is okay in the way. We can even put something there if we wanted to. Let's throw down some screens. Ow. Ow. Hopefully not. We'll find out in a minute. Can I send you the fire barrel? Yes, I mean, I could join your game and give you one, and then you just copy and, copy it. it's not going to work either, though, is it? Because it needs to. Yeah, I need something underneath. Yes, it does. So if you know somebody with one, all you got to do is have them swing by, drop one off, and you just copy paste. All right, so I'm going to bring that. It needs to come out a little bit. Let's do that. Hopefully I'll be able to delete those after without having it remove said part. I kind of thought we were going to have a problem. Actually, I should be using posters, quite honestly. That's a better shim. Little, because then that would need something. All right, no. We got to do this and think about this in a different way. So, what if... I think I'm going to be able to get underneath it, but and even if I can... Yeah, it's not going to work. Oh, wait. No, I need something under... Okay, I need something for that to, you know, not just coming out of the floor. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. So we need something... Come on. That flash just gotta go, though. There's something. You know what I mean? We can live with that. You're gonna move, do your thing. You're in line. Excellent. Okay. Add a little color to that thing, right? Really want to add this in, I just don't know where. I mean, I suppose I could. Trying to hide the bar. No. Just make it part of it. Nay. I say nay. Crooked. Damn it. Something's crooked. I don't know what it is, but something is. It's all crooked, to be honest, but let's face it. KNG, what's going on? How you doing today? And happy Easter to all y'all who celebrate. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday. Right, no. No! Where'd the... Oh, never mind. Like, no, where'd that go? That was the best part. No, okay. Yes and no, but now I know I can't. I don't think I can put anything in there either right now. I think I got to put it in first. Yeah, that's the whole deal. All right. What am I making? Just a little mechanical area in the city. Just noodling about. Not too shabby. Yeah, what I should be working on is the energy core. But there's a lot. And I don't know what to do. Ooh. Well, that's pretty. But as usual, it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, you're going to find all of them to turn them on. You know, take a little breather from the other area. Doesn't hurt to kind of spread your brain around a little bit. And you need to be able to get in close enough to turn them on. Oops. Kenji, how many builds have I done? I'm a day one builder, so a lot. Wow, that looks killer actually. Um, quite a few. A lot of experimenting, that's for sure. Definitely have done that. But I've been building essentially almost as long as building has been in the game, so. Alright, I think I know what I'm going to do here, but that's going to take some work. We're going to have to flip a bunch of things. What do you mean there, sound author? What do you... What, and the what? But this city is an ongoing project. It's been going since we were first given the 300 new building parts. And I can't remember what update that was some time ago. Oh, yes. They certainly do, don't they? Thanks. I'd say, a few hundred. Not counting, experimental things and whatnot, which now probably puts us into a few thousand, but... Okay, now I like the base, but I think we're gonna need to change where the boundary shields are. But the base is kind of neat. What's my favorite build? Oh, geez. None of them, if I'm gonna be honest. I liked my freighter, my original freighter build pretty much, because it was unique. A lot of techniques I hadn't seen in freighter building. The city. The city is definitely one of my favorites. But, you know, like any build, there's things that I wish I had done, you know, that I haven't, or, you know, there's always, I wish I could change something, but at this point, you know, it's a little too late, because it's, you know, is what it is, sort of thing. I have not seen the Minecraft movie yet, no. Right here it is doing well, however. Yeah, we're close on this. We got a good base there. Lava chicken. Oh, my first when I was doing the seeds. Was it when they were called seed, or when it was called the egg, which came later when the void egg became a thing? Yeah, this is all just experimentation time here. I will look it up. Lava chicken. That asymmetry always gets me. Yeah, I thought about. I just don't know if I have a way to put it in. I think I've got a cube down there. May have to adjust height. I mean, as you saw, I did think of it, I just wasn't 100% on it. Should probably save before I do anything right now. We are in dangerous area. This is stuff that is, we get a phase deletion, we're done. My coolest build? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't exist anymore due to changes in the game. Some of the water gardens were pretty neat. Trying to think what else. You know, a bunch of the kaleidoscopes have been fun. I think one of the neatest ones currently is the 1616 Dream Machine. I think that one's pretty neaty-keeny. But, you know, I like to think each build has its own thing, if you will. See? Something phase deleted right there. You know, for the most part, they're just, you know, weird creations, and, you know, I'm not thinking anything in particular when I'm doing them. It's all just about kind of trying to be creative, come up with new ideas, and, you know, being, you know, an OG, one of the original glitches. You know, we had very limited parts when it first started. So, you know, we're always looking for ways to make those parts look different, you know, and try to combine them in different ways. You know, when you have a handful of parts and you're trying to make something look different, it gets complicated. But, you know, build by build by build, really is. It's there's not one particular build I'm more fond of than the other. The city is kind of like my crowning jewel, if you will. but was never meant to be built as a city. It just became a very, very large research and development area. Whenever I'd learn a new technique, discover something new, or create something, you're looking at it. This build has taken the longest. Many years, again, since we got that update with the 300 parts. I wish they would add in a camera, a motion camera. Yeah, this build, I would say, is has been the bane. Does it say when you started one of these? I know it gives you a last, last uploaded or updated or whatever usually, but I'm trying to remember. Well, whenever we first got the 300 parts, and then we discovered how to scale up every part right around then. I want to say this is going on, 3 years? Maybe 4? Could be longer. Jandu creation. Elgato. Internal. What is it, 4K Pro or something like that? Ooh, I don't like that. What's going on here? All right, we'll get into that later. Yeah, this needs some stuff anyway. Whew. Why do you ask, John Doe? And welcome, by the way. Hey, Janet. Jen, I was using mods at one point, but I'm trying to avoid that for 2 reasons. One, if you come to visit while I'm here, you wouldn't be able to see those parts anyway. 2, everything I wanted, and more importantly, everything that I build here, I wanted you to be able to do on a console, with a little bit of glitch technique and, patience. Everything I did here, I wanted you to be able to do, if you're on an Xbox, a PlayStation, whatever. That was the goal. But yeah, there were some really great it was the original part until they changed the interior lighting, which would be the so this was the very first building. The very first thing built here was this round structure, okay, which was a planetarium, and it was very dark inside and it looked really cool, and I was very happy with it. And then I was like, well, I built that. Now what? And then the next thing I know, this happened. We are currently at 15,649 parts, which will go down again because I'll have to go around and delete things and clean up, and we'll go underneath the base and we'll see if there's anything under there that we can get rid of. But recently, I want to say actually the Blade Runner blimp, my nod to Blade Runner. I'd have to say that's probably one of my more favorite parts is a little airship here. But there's not one particular thing. It's a combination of like, oh, I like what I did here, and I like how this came out, and this is pretty neat. you know. So it's, you know, it's a combination of things. It really is. Um, and there's so much here. You know, I got to stop every once in a while, walk around, look, see what's being lit, what's not. You know, see where there's, you know, things we can add, and we'll see to a point. You know, when the game will stop letting me build. When it's like, you're out of parts, bro. You have no more. The shame is that no one will ever be able to visit it without me present. Like, you can't just, you know, jump in the portal and disappears. You know, that's kind of the bummer. If you would like a tour of the city and whatnot, you can hit up to my Discord, and there's a spot where you can ask to, you know, come and visit. It does take a considerable amount of time to fully load in. Sometimes it loads in missing parts, and then you have to kind of come back and let it load in again, or just honestly simply wait. Like, if you were to come here and visit, and it depends on system and what you're on, you know, it varies. But what I usually say is, join me in game, go eat something, go run an errand, come back, and hopefully it's fully loaded in and rendered. Isn't a lot. I would say that it's quite a bit for the game. Unless you were being facetious. Then. You know, so I kind of go to different spots, and I'll be like, all right, if, you know. Thank you, Learned. And it's a bummer that, you know, I would love if this somehow was able to be a featured base, you know? Ooh, this is new. Well, it's not new, but it's not usually here. I mean, I don't mind a little, you know, city maintenance. It's usually not a lot. What up, bud? And it's usually in the same spots over and over again, so it's usually pretty easy to kind of go, oh yeah, I'm going to go over here and clean out a little bit there, potentially clean out, you know, a little bit somewhere else. And then it changes again, you know, with people visiting. The terrain will get a little funky, you know, build parts come and go, and it depends on, you know, when you load in, what you're going to see, what you're not, or what will, you know, render in and what sometimes will not. Oh, there's my ship. I was wondering what landing pad it made it to. And just about everywhere is accessible. Whether or not I had a chance to decorate it or not is a whole other story, but, you know, every part is accessible. Janet, I think they're busy enough and would probably never get my email. I'm sure if somebody who is more well-known a more well-known streamer with multiple thousands as opposed to myself, they might actually, you know, watch what they're doing. But it's, you know, it is what it is. I'll eventually, hopefully, get a video done of this place once I can no longer build here. I mean, it's been an experiment, you know, to see what I can get away with. You know, nothing here is, nothing in this place was ever, like, fully planned. You know, I'd come up with an idea and be like, oh, or, like, we'd have a stream and someone would be like, I was like, all right, what do we have a city, what do we need? And someone was like, phone booths. And I was like, ooh, yeah, Blade Runner had that video, you know, phone when he's in the bar talking to Rachel. So I created a bunch of phone booths. Not that I'm aware of. Granted, I am in my mid-50s. It is. So I know I kind of do look like a, you know, starting to look grandpa-ish. So, you know, we did that. And actually, did I realize that this didn't get to be the scale that I wanted? Yeah. Okay. All right, we got distracted there for a minute. Woo! Piece of candy. Squirrel. Did I reload or something? Oh no, we walked away. Man, that throws out a huge collision bubble afterwards. All right, where were we? And then again, that's another problem with this is, you know, when you walk away from those things, you have to turn them back on. Well, first you have to turn it off, and then you turn it back on, and it works, you know. Yes and no. I think we could probably go a little higher. Girl, I couldn't get much up. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the light on fire. Well, yeah, we have shops. I mean, again, I haven't been able to decorate everything, but, you know, a little shop here. This is a kind of a shop, but you can't really get in that one. That one I did kind of flub. You know, we got a noodle stand right here. Got your newsstand here. You got like an ATM. Got another little shop here. Or something. Restaurant, bar. Got sort of a municipal building here. Again, I have not had a whole lot of time to... I haven't gotten to the I'm just starting to get to decoration. You know, got kind of an industrial area. You got another municipal building. And getting around, and again, if you want to get super dead, this is, you know, a section of a city, you know, with what this game allows. And I didn't plan it to be one initially, so I had to kind of, you know, finagle as I went. You know, here's a little underground area, another little shop. So yes, I have lots of shops. Another one that I need to work on. Another little shop here making stuff. Got a weapons vendor in here. Another shop. Got a cafe here. Where the hell did that come from? That's bizarre. Another little shop. You want to get around. You got a subway. There's your waiting area, vending machine. Bathrooms. Quick ways to get around, although they're not connected currently. More little shops eventually. Subway area. Subway train. Some of the video phone booths. Well, thank you. Get to work. You're always late. Hanging out in the back doing too much nip-nip, I know. That Gek nip is getting to that guy. So yeah, there are tons of little areas, and if you look around, and everyone who's been here has always told me, like, they have to come by more than once because they always miss stuff. Thank you, Sound Out there. I appreciate that. You know, we got a little bar back here. This is the black hole in the wall bar. We got a garage. Although they killed me with the collision bubble on this, I had it where you could spawn this in. And then I might try to make it work. I think I might be able to. I don't know. But I really don't feel like tearing it apart. So we got a garage going on here. Little 3D printer action. Because now when you call it in, it gets all squished because they made the collision bubble too big. We come up here. The race boost pads are no longer animating. That's another problem I gotta send into Zendesk. There's a neat little, you know, tiny little shop here. Another area that could be filled with something. We just don't know what yet. This might be the museum, actually. Ooh. Yeah, that might be the museum. Aha! Now that we got the bones. We got a little dispensary over here. Or a greenhouse if you want. Not greenhouse, but you know, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean. We got the little grotto over here. We got a little waterfall. Little garden. If this weren't full of crud. Yeah, see, again, we're getting some bizarre, get a little ATM or a place where you can go buy stuff or, you know, get money for selling stuff. We got a little pet Flurb. Where's Flurb? Flurb! Where you at, buddy? There you are. Hey. We got this little garden. The city currently has, you know, just kind of adverts or signs. You know, city's got a ton of signs and adverts. There's a 1616 bar over there. So, you know, we've got stuff here. Yeah, just gotta look. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of this here. Maybe a hotel kind of thing. We are at 15,000 something. You know, another mechanical. This is the energy core. You know, provides all the energy for the city, I guess, something like that. And then the now overly bright planetarium. I mean, it's still okay, but it was better when it was, you know, dark in here. But I guess this works. Not what I wanted, but not what I originally made. Right on, Star Wizard. That's the whole idea, you know. That's why I do what I do. You know, little control panels. There's a lot of little things in here, you know, that I've been trying to add. Little bits and detail, you know. Like, for example, this sign has, you know, the jet engine, or the, you know, the engine. The airship, you know, all kinds of little bits and pieces kicking about. You just got to search them out. Later, Star Wizard. And even something like this here, you know. Wish I had something else in there with that. But it kind of works. Ugh. Getting almost time for me to skedaddle and get some food. I'll probably try and come back tonight if I can, but we'll definitely be back tomorrow morning, our usual time. All right. Not 100% sure I like this, especially because now it's all shut off. And whatnot. I mean, at least you can get at these, so that's neat. But I don't like that they shut down. Although what I am noticing, though, I think they may have fixed is that when it shuts down completely, and it's no longer like still going. And then you got to shut it off, turn it back on again. These look like they shut down when you get away from the. Yeah, I'm not 100% happy with that. I got to be honest. Not quite the glass. I don't know. Glass, the opacity is a little bit odd. Ooh, you know what I should do? What the hell am I thinking? I know how to do it in here. I know what we can do. Won't be easy, but it should. Well, no. Do I want? I try to kind of make a variant of whatever it is, and I can never quite repeat things I've done. I can get close sometimes, but because I'm just like do go here, you know. Get it done, get it done. All right, as much as I want to keep going here, I am getting super hungry here. Let's see if there's anybody streaming right now that we know that we could give a raid to. Zane is building and using the full money-making setup. Okay. I think he's got a way to make a ton of money in the game, or nanites or something. I remember seeing something. So I'm gonna throw Zane there. If you don't know Zane, he's a great streamer. He's been around for a long time. I'm gonna see if I can get his link up here. Let's see if that works. No? Is it a capital? We do it as a capital. Not tabbed. I mean, caps lock. Thought we had Zane's link up. I guess not. As far as I am aware, Janet, yes. I believe I am. Oh, there's an S. All right, you have it as Zane's. Okay. Thank you, MSG. Appreciate that. So yeah, give Zane a watch. You will not be disappointed. Great streamer, great guy. Very knowledgeable with the game. Knows all kinds of stuff. Worth the watch. So if you want to go and raid Zane, I would highly recommend it. But I think we are going to take a little breather. I'm going to try to come back tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we'll definitely be back tomorrow morning, our usual time. We did get some stuff done, actually. We filled in some areas. We still have a long, long way to go. That's for sure. But I kind of wanted this to be sort of an industrial bit down here. You know, a little bit more, a little more gritty. You know, these kind of back alley areas, if you will. But yeah, I think some of this turned out pretty good. I'm happy with a decent amount of it. Some I'm not so happy with, but you know, take the good with the bad. But yeah, I think we're doing all right here. So, don't forget to do all that stuff that, you know, hit the like, subscribe, and all that drive. Hit the notification bell. It'll tell you when I'm on again. But again, we will be back on tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as per usual. Yeah. All right, then. So far, the cross save has been absolutely wonderful to be able to play on my PC. I'm really, really stoked. And we'll get rolling more on this tomorrow. All right, y'all. Until next time, this has been me, that wacky guy, Kevin C, saying, don't forget to raid Zane. And here's me wishing all of you out there in the No Man's Skyverse a little bit of love, peace, and Starship Grease. Excuse me. Get those action pants on. Get out there. Start building some wild and wacky stuff. All right. Until next time, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Action Pants Gaming. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.